Why do smart people often fail at relationships? You probably know someone exactly like this. They speak with perfect logic and clear facts, yet suddenly the room always grows very quiet. You might have even experienced this yourself. Now, picture the exact opposite kind of person. They might stumble over their words sometimes, but people naturally want to be around them. You feel safe and truly heard in their presence. So, what exactly makes this massive difference? We spend so much time obsessing over our logic. We constantly ask if our arguments are correct. But the core of a bond is never just the content. It is all about the container holding those words. This invisible vessel is your emotional safety. Imagine serving a great meal on a broken plate. Even the most delicious food loses its appeal. Human conversation works in the exact same way. Perfect advice in a cracked bowl gets rejected. People close their hearts before you even finish. Where do these destructive cracks come from? Psychologists identified 6 common habits. The irony is that they start with good intentions. You might be breaking the bowl without knowing it. The most frequent way we crack trust is judging. Think about how you react to a simple mistake. You might ask why they did it that specific way. This instantly shifts from feedback to a trial. The listener feels judged rather than supported. That subtle judgment leaves the very first crack. Right on top of that judgment comes the blame. Have you ever told someone they always do this? The word always turns a small flaw into a label. You are no longer criticizing just their action. You are completely rejecting who they are. Adding forcing to the mix and the bowl shakes. We often tell others to just do it our way. We truly believe we are offering helpful advice, but they only hear that their views do not matter. This makes them feel entirely invisible to you. Comparing is a quiet habit that rusts the bowl. Asking why someone cannot be like another person, does that actually make you want to try harder? It actually forces the person to shrink inward. They feel totally worthless inside that dynamic. Saying taking things for granted works the same way. Saying something is expected erases their effort. An hour of hard work vanishes with one sentence. They feel completely unappreciated and unseen. The vessel starts splitting from the inside out. The final crack is the trap of kind people. Someone shares their pain and you say, "Me too." You think you are showing deep empathy for them, but you actually just stole their entire stage. This is known as conversational hijacking. These 6 habits destroy trust completely. But why do we fail to see the damage we cause? It is not because we are naturally bad people. The real issue lies in how our brains operate. Our modern lifestyle has completely changed us. We are bombarded by fast digital media every day. Our minds are trained for highly stimulating data. Psychologists call this the popcorn brain effect. We only react to things that pop violently. We lose the ability to catch subtle emotions. This distraction ruins our ability to connect. While they speak, we planned our next clever reply. We look like we are listening, but we are deaf. We cannot feel the actual temperature of words. The bowl is cracking, but we cannot hear it. Fixing this vessel requires a radical approach. You do not need to learn a fancy new script. A famous experiment tested the power of silence. A speaker simply stared at an audience quietly. He stood there in total silence for for 27.5 minutes. At first, people felt very awkward and tense, but soon tears began to pool in their eyes. Nobody offered any advice or clever solutions. Someone just held the emotional space for them. That profound stillness helped them open up.
Listening is making room for their emotions, but eventually, you do have to use your voice. How do you speak without breaking the bowl again? You can shift the temperature of your sentences. The most effective change is swapping the subject.
Think about the phrase that says, "You ruined this." The focus is entirely on the other person. This instantly triggers a strong defensive wall. It is what experts call a you message attack. You must learn to take ownership of the feeling. Try saying that, "I feel overwhelmed right now." The subject shifts from them directly to you. You convey the exact same emotional weight, but they no longer feel like they are on trial. This lowers their guard and invites real talk. The next step is avoiding negative instructions. We constantly tell people what not to do. Our brains struggle to process negative limits. Telling someone not to run makes them see running. This drains energy and creates instant friction. What if you tried a positive invitation instead? Guide them toward the specific outcome you want. Ask them if they can walk quietly with you. A command suddenly transforms into a warm choice. Having a choice creates deep safety in a bond. Some worry that being nice means losing control, but a safe container requires firm boundaries. Setting a limit is not about pushing people away. It is the ultimate respect for the relationship. You protect the connection by knowing your limits. There is one crucial vessel we completely ignore. It dictates every single interaction you have. It is the quiet conversation inside your own head. We say tens of thousands of words to ourselves. Most of that internal dialogue is brutally harsh. You likely criticize yourself for every mistake. That steady stream of negativity rusts you inside. You become a deeply fractured vessel yourself. A broken inner voice leaks into your outer world. You cannot offer pure water from a toxic cup. Healing starts when you look in the mirror. Acknowledge your hard work at the end of the day. Tell yourself that you did a truly good job today. That single sentence begins to repair your core. Once you are whole, you can safely hold others. But mechanical techniques alone are totally empty. Have you ever felt someone merely using a skill? A polished container means nothing if it is cold. The vessel must be filled with absolute sincerity. People read your attitude long before your words. This is not just a poetic psychological theory. A 75-year Harvard study proved this exact point. Researchers tracked hundreds of lives for decades. They wanted the ultimate secret to true happiness. The clear answer was not wealth or career success. Warm connections were the best predictor of joy. This warmth does not come from grand, heroic acts. It grows from tiny daily gestures of real interest. Remembering a small detail changes everything. It proves to them that they genuinely matter. Consider a couple who were married for 20 years. Their daily routine had become utterly mechanical. They lived like strangers inside a quiet house. One evening, the husband altered just one sentence. He looked at his wife and asked about her fatigue. That single moment shattered their cold routine. When the container changes, the person comes back. Your container of words is a muscle you can train. I challenge you to shift one sentence right now. Build a safer vessel and watch your world heal.